Bun. Și am revenit cu un nou episod. Și hai să continuăm povestea, zic. Unde am rămas?
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo. I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill. They were loaded for bear.
So, what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why.
Earp's coming!
Get ready, boys. First, I need to tell you about the Cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Ce faci aici?
Curly Bill took charge of the Cowboys upon the old man's
Bun, asta n-am
demise.
văzut-o.
And after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Ei, n-am fost pe fază, îmi pare rău. Recapitulăm. Unde fugi? Bate capul.
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
Tot îmi iau hit-uri, dă-l pe acolo. Cap, dă-l pe acolo. 3 hituri numai.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Run,
Bun.
hunting those outlaws down. So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Dă-l pe ăla, pac, bună. Bun. Mai ies, nu mai ies. Bă, mai sunt acolo, pac, pac. Pe burtă.
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the Cowboys identified each other. And I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed. And that's what drove me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
I hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
Unde fugi?
That Lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
Scoate capul. Scoate capul.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Aici vine și ea.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Uite, cap.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Da, nu a fost ușor. Uai! Ce e aici, bro? Cap. Mor. Mor. Mai e unul acolo. mulți. Unde e ăla? Cap. Cap. Te văd. Fac. Bun. Încă unul. Bun. Unde se acumulă capul? Fac, bro, eu nu stau cu capul afară. Culcat. Culcat. Dai și tu.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a sawmill. Quite an impressive operation.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Asta o las. Am picat pe lângă. Nice. Am picat pe lângă. Sunteți boscul ăsta, cel care nu stă. Nu știu, pe aici probabil destul de așa.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
I mean, checkpoint. Opa. Curly Bill, bro. I mean, hai să te văd. Unde-i?
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open. Time to dance with the devil!
Fuck. Fuck. Sunt mai mulți. E un rău aici. Ăsta era el. Spate. Unde ești, boss? Unde ești, bro? Am văzut pe unii, dar nu mai știu pe unde. De acolo. Scoate capul. De jos. Încă un hit, I mean. Sau? Unde ești?
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
M-am pus pe burtă.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Johnny Ringo.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Fac, dar i-am tras, gen.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Hai că nu înțeleg. Te mă focusez pe el, gen.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Ne-am omorât reciproc.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Did I did, son? Did I did?
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant. And hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits. And put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
Nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't do that.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men.
Uite că au
Sam
venit careva.
made of equal. I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches. There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer, Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy picking. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll.
Calmați-vă un pic.
A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other.
Vai, ce m-a speriat ăsta, bro. Ce repede mori în jocul ăsta.
Force arrest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam.
De unde a venit ăla deja?
I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
Revolver.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
De unde?
Reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at. One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tool.
Fuck.
I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Oh, ce șmecheri jocul, bro.
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, I needed to make a leap of faith, which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell. I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite a despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice.
Cam reflexe, bro.
Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I wanted to use the element of surprise. Plus, I figured I could use the exercise.
General acum le povestește
I
la
was
băieții
warmed
din
up already, so what the hell?
de la începutul jocului. Povestea lui și noi jucăm povestea care povestește el, gen. Hai străiți. Mă trebuia să iau asta. Nu trebuie să iau liftul.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Nu, pe aici. Henry, tu vrei să-ți puși dinamita aia în gură?
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up! This day is just getting worse and worse for you, ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
For you today! I got a lot more dynamite than you! Oh! I'm going all medieval on your ass! I need some help here!
N-ai nevoie de ajutor.
Boys, take this cocksucker out!
Fac din toate părțile, bro.
Damn eardrums!
Scoate capul. Să apară. Și unde e ăla? Mai ești? Unde ești?
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! You chopping my ass! Bastard! You can shoot, but can you aim? That's this, you son of a bitch! You kill me, or I kill you! No problem for you today! Nice shot! Then you can't do it again!
Acolo ești.
I can shoot too!
Fac.
An innocent man! I'm going all medieval on your ass!
Te-ai dus, bro.
So that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Oficial. Sunt un bounty hunter, bro. I mean.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, But John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
Okay.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Nu încace, îți dau glonț în cap. După tine vin. Știți bine.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Bă, m-a băgat direct în acțiune, nu eram...
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
M-am băgat direct în acțiune, băieții. Unde ești, mă? Stai culcat acolo.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hart.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Nu vreau asta. Unde mai sunt?
It was holding a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres to the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and... Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
God damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the bull's head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcome presence.
Și cum am nimerit glonțul dacă m-am ferit, mă?
Better 3 hours early than a minute too late.
Shoot that son of a bitch!
Fac, de unde? Acolo. Pe la auto, undeva.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Ok.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Stau ascunși ei.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story. I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
God damn you!
Ziua lui acum sau ce? Happy birthday.
Time to die!
Spate capul.
Can't get a good shot in.
Nu te văd. Nu te văd.
Crazy bastard!
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Fuck, am crezut că e gol încă. Bro, am crezut că e gol.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
De unde?
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Atâta.
Beat me, boy!
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived. As a moment later, I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Și acum apare el.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Ce, bă?
No, wait! You didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Bro, it's unreal, bro. Nu mi-e greu decât pare să faceți chestia asta, sincer.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
Ce?
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one.
Vreau să nu mai avem
Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Ba, bun. Cam atât și cu episodul ăsta. Ce zic, ne revedem data viitoare. la următorul episod.
Thank you,
Adică
darling.
stai să vedem ce fetice și ce.
Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
No, bun. Am atât cu episodul ăsta. Cu următorul ce vedem în următorul episod. Pa!